Pete Koch.
So it was how many years ago was it, Rick, that we first worked together?
I'm going to say it was 1999, which would make it about 17 years this year.
17 years.
It's been a while, Pete.
Well, we're going to break this down. We'll get to it. This is Pete Koch breaking it down. Hang on. Pete Koch here breaking it down with old friend Ric Sarabia. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, good to see you.
We just discovered something that all these years, I think we go back almost 2 decades, but we have a mutual movie star that we both worked in different films with, Clint Eastwood.
That's right.
Folks have seen me probably in Heartbreak Ridge.
Yes, I went up for that role, actually. But I settled on working with Mr. Eastwood a couple of decades later on Changeling with Angelina Jolie. I'm the man in the diner who sets the whole plot device off of the missing child.
So listen, Ric Sarabia is an actor. Obviously, you all know that now. You've seen his face on TV for years and years, and we want to break it down. And by the way, how was your experience with Clint Eastwood?
Oh, it was amazing. I always want to work that way. No rehearsal, no second take, really no direction. He really stacks his movies well with people he trusts to be able to run with the ball. I loved it.
One take.
One take.
Well, at least I got 3 in my big scene.
Was that right?
3, which was 2 or 3 was, I think, standard operating procedure.
Sure.
And 1, sometimes if you kill it, that's all you need.
That's all. It's you hope to nail in the first take, don't you?
Yeah. Let's take folks back, because I find it interesting where actors develop their chops, and you've got an extensive history in training that goes back to where you're born, Canada, right? And tell us how you got started.
Well, I did 4 years of York University. It's the fine arts school in Canada. It's in Toronto. I auditioned, and out of 600 people who auditioned that year, they chose 50 and I got in. After that, I apprenticed at the Stratford Shakespeare Festival outside of Toronto, where I did further training in movement, dance, speech, Alexander technique, relaxation, swordplay. It was fantastic. And then the next year I started 3 seasons with the Shaw Festival, where I did lead roles over 13 productions.
Hang on, I mean, just stop you right there.
Sure.
I just want to go back one step. I had a guest on my show, Rudy Mattia, and he's a master yoga instructor and an actor, and he discussed with us the importance, in his opinion, of Alexander technique training.
Definitely.
Also yoga, and he discussed how sometimes actors can get quite tense and they're in their own head too much. Can you discuss a little bit about that, your Alexander training and tension?
Yes, I've never studied yoga before or practiced it myself, but Alexander technique is something I use to this day. It's like imagining that your spine is on a cord that goes up to the heavens, and all your movement is based on the freeing of your head and your spine. I find that I do bring a lot of tension sometimes to the set, and depending on my mood, and that is really helpful as a relaxation technique.
Would you say it helps you get out of your way?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So let me put you back on the track.
Sure.
Shakespeare training. You're doing lots and lots of plays, lots of classical theater. Then at some point you say, I want to bust a move. I want to get to Hollywood.
100%. After doing a lot of stage all over Canada, I found an agent who took a risk on me in Toronto, and they started submitting me for TV and film.
I see.
This is the mid-'80s now, when Toronto was Hollywood North. You could get $1.60 for the dollar down here, so all these productions moved to Canada, so if you had any stage training, you were just given an open invitation to audition. And that's why I started off my training for TV and film, and I was bad at first. Way too big, playing to the last row of the balcony. I had to just refine it and bring it down to get where I am.
And you and I have discussed this before, how you making that jump from the stage to the small screen. Sure. Really initially was you really had to compress.
100%. I was just far too big. Using your whole instrument on the stage is one thing, but when the camera is working with you, it's all about thought. And the best actors, I find, it's like almost their head opens up on camera and you can see their brain working. a good example of that is everything that Jeff Goldblum has ever done, for instance. I just love watching his technique.
It's a great visual. I appreciate that. I think our actors out there are going to dig that. Bring folks up to speed. What is Ric Sarabia up to now?
I'm kind of busy right now. I was just on Supergirl. I had a guest star role. I played on Monday. I played a 10-eyed, silver-eyed alien.
I don't understand. I can't read his mind. I thought that's what your race was famous for.
Maybe he's playing you for a fool, Nan. Wouldn't be hard to do.
I would never do that to you. The humans must have developed some type of technology that blocks me.
You thinking of launching a preemptive strike?
Perhaps I should preemptively snap your neck.
You kill me, you kill your wife. You're nothing but a barking dog on a chain. No threat at all.
I'm halfway through shooting the new Ben Affleck movie. It's called Live by Night.
Okay.
It'll be out Christmas of 2017. It's a fantastic script. It's an amazing cast.
Who's directing that?
Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's actually starring in it as well. Chris Cooper, Elle Fanning, Sienna Miller. It's just a brilliant cast. I can't believe I'm part of it. So I'll go back in February and shoot 3 more days. The big shoot 'em up at the end there.
Nice.
As well, I have done a new show for CBS called Rush Hour. It's based on the Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker movie.
Sure.
Making a series out of it. I did an episode back in September as Pavlo Kulika, the head of the Ukrainian Hollywood Mafia. And I must have done a good job because they invited me back. They wrote me back into another episode, and I'm shooting that tomorrow and next week.
Outstanding.
I
Good
know.
for you.
Well, thank you very much, Pete.
Yeah. Ric's always been one of the most talented guys I've ever met. He's really committed to his craft. For you folks out there that aspire to be actors, this is the type of person you want to model yourself
Pete.
after. Really, he has gone about his career in exactly the right way, in my mind. He really has. He's taken it, he's been a detail to his attention on his craft, and his education continues to grow as an actor. And I'm proud to know you all these years.
Well, thank you, Pete.
Now, as we discussed before, you're not really interested in more fans on Facebook.
I have enough Facebook friends, all right. I mean, you can look me up on IMDb if you want to see what I'm doing. Or,
There you go.
Or call Pete if you need me.
Just give him a look on IMDb. That's a good idea, and he's
Sure.
got some great stuff there. I'm gonna attach some moments to this interview.
Oh, great.
And I appreciate the time. Talking with you, Ric Sarabia, it's always a pleasure.
Big Pete. Nice, man.
We're breaking it down. We'll see you again next time.
All right.